Hello everyone, I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, Tyrants of the Moonsea. Last episode, we went and took a look through Mad Melric's, a merchant here, and in the ruins of Candlemas. We happened to find some Shadowvar who are looking for the blade we're looking for. If we find out where, what's his name is, Magnus is, they may be able to help us. For now, we need to actually speak with the person we came here to go see. Firefingers. Flamuldanath Firefingers Thuldome.
Greetings.
This grandfatherly old wizard smiles at you genially. Despite his wrinkles and frail, stooped appearance, there is an aura of power around this mage that is unmistakable.
Greetings, young one. I am Flamuldanath Thuldome, more commonly known as Firefingers. To whom do I owe the pleasure of this visit to my tower?
I am Luca Narani.
A pleasure to meet you. Do you know, I could swear I've heard your name before. If so, you must be an adventurer of some renown. How may I help you?
I seek information about the Archmage Maganus. The old man's pale blue eyes widen slightly as you speak the name of the one-eyed mage. For the first time since you met him, he suddenly looks every one of his many years.
Where did you learn that name? It has been many years since I heard it spoken.
Tell him about him. The old man listens intently as you recount what you know of the wizard. When you are done, he snaps his fingers and a small ball of fire winks into existence on his palm. He stares into the flame, remembering events many years past.
Maganus came to me shortly before the time of troubles. He was still a young man then, but the hardships he had suffered had prematurely aged him. He carried terrible scars, both physical and emotional. Despite this, his talent for the art was immense. I took him on as my apprentice, though it wasn't long before his power rivaled my own. I could see there was good in him, but there was also anger. So much anger. That left him vulnerable to the influence of the planar beings with which he often consorted.
What do you mean?
Maganus developed an affinity for conjuring and summoning magic. Through sheer willpower alone, he could bind demons that even I could not control. It became a constant source of tension between us. The study of one demon in particular consumed him, the one known as the Prince of Undeath, whose name I shall not utter. He also became obsessed with a set of ancient artifacts he referred to as the Blades of Netheril.
The Prince of Undeath.
The demon prince to whom I refer holds many titles. He is second only to Demogorgon among the legions of the Abyss. I prefer to speak of him no more, as to even utter his true name invites his scrutiny.
What do you know of the Blades of Netheril?
Very little, I'm afraid. As I said, Maganus became obsessed with locating them. He believed he had identified one such artifact in the Great Glacier. A more inhospitable environment is hard to imagine, but it did not deter Maganus from plotting to recover the weapon.
What happened next?
Ultimately, we no longer saw eye to eye, and in truth he had already or would very soon surpass me in the art. One day he simply told me he was leaving. There was no malice. He thanked me and left. I never heard from him again.
Do you have any idea where I may find him?
From what you have told me, it appears he is trying to rally the humanoids of Thar. Orcs and other bestial creatures abound in that wild place, but perhaps of most note are the rumors of a recent resurgence of the ogres of Kurth-Arsu. Certainly there has been a greater number of ogre excursions into Thentian territory than any time in recent history. Maganus was fascinated by the ogre mages of Thar, who made their home in the Kurth-Arsu stronghold. According to recent records, Kurth-Arsu is far north of here. If Maganus is indeed trying to rally the resurgent ogres to his cause, Melvant to the north could be his first target. If you wish to venture into Thar, I recommend you head east from the City of Swords.
Alright, let's talk of something else. I would like to discuss something.
Oh, certainly. Other wizards may reject the simple pleasures of conversation with a stranger, but I have always believed that the truest magic occurs when a stranger leaves as a friend.
Tell me about Thentia.
Thentia may not be the largest city on the Moonsea, nor the most powerful in terms of its military or economy, but I'm proud to say it is the most tolerant. Folk of all races can live in peace here.
What are the important locations here?
Oh, Thentia's Temple of Saloon is one of the most impressive structures in the city. The Beacon Inn and the Inlet 5 for customers seeking libations. The gnome Mad Melrick can identify and will trade for almost any item one can imagine.
Anything noteworthy happening in Thentia?
Apart from the increasing frequency of ogre invasions from Thar, the nearby ruins of Candlemas have recently become occupied from the Shadowvar. It is deeply troubling to have the shades of Anurok so close to our city.
And who rules this city?
Watchlord Gelduth Blackturret is elected by the local nobility to rule the city. His power is mostly symbolic. The other noble families wield the true influence, assisted by me and my wizardly colleagues.
Alright, do you have any wizardly items for sale?
I do not typically trade my magical paraphernalia for gold, but I sense you have a greater purpose here than the typical adventurer. Perhaps you can put these rare items to good use.
Mistran Belt of Priestly Might. Yeah, that doesn't help me. Cloaks. Grey Robe of the Archmagi. Couple of scrolls. Magical wands. Scroll of Freedom. To free someone from the imprisonment spell, you must cast the spell at the spot where he or she was entombed. And this one increases your AC by 1. Well, let's see. I can sell you a whole bunch of things. Rapier, shuriken, piercing arrows. These are all well, that one's not. And it doesn't have enough gold. Somehow I'm not surprised. I mean, if I buy the scroll, I'd be able to sell one of them. I feel like the Scroll of Freedom is going to be important. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this, because it might be needed sometime later. And then I'll sell the Pixie Lance. So yeah, hold on to that. Might be needed. Okay. Oh, there's some bookcases here I can look at. Ah, scrolls. The Lord of the 133rd Layer. Ah, so this is who he speaks of. Of the innumerable demon lords of the abyss, dread and vile Orcus, prince of the undead, might be the one most often worshipped as a god. The massive bloated demon okay. So Orcus is who he's speaking of. I worry. The Kurtharsu, overlords of Thar. Irauroth, the Worm of the Peaks, and Thar, land of the Beastmen. If we go further up... Oh, we have rooms we can look at.
Sorry.
Oh, this ornate door is secured by an elaborate gnomish puzzle lock which consists of 4 rotating wheels. Yeah, I don't have any information on that.
Sure thing.
You can unlock that one, though.
Sure thing.
Oh, damn it, I clicked too soon. And in here, that's just a summoning circle. There is a chest in here we can look at.
All done.
And in this chest, what do we got? Cryptic note. A cryptic message is written on this yellowed paper. 2C free A. 2341. I have a feeling that's what it is.
Sorry. No can do.
2... Oh. 2C... Free A. Okay. That wasn't too hard. Now, if you don't mind, unlock the chest, please.
All done.
We've got... Increases your intelligence by 2. Not a bad thing. Potion of heal. Scroll that. Okay. You are going to go into here. Free Iron Stone. Very nice. Well, thank you for the information. Can I sell you these items?
Greetings.
I can. Okay, there we go. A little bit of money. Okay, let's move on. I think the only place we have left... Well... I could try telling them. They might know where he... They might be able to take that information. After all, we now know where he might be. Oop, this way. Excuse me. Okay, head this way. Head on up. Okay, Thalia. I have rumors of where he might be.
You are most welcome.
Okay, I do not yet know. Fine then. We need to be certain of where he is. Which I guess means we're going to need to talk to the other two people. You know what? Fair enough. Okay, let's keep moving. You know, these ruins are ancient and of a style lost to modern Faerun. You wonder just how deep they go. You know, that one merchant who has that item that I really, really like. He buys things for 25,000.
I feel as strange since...
Like I'm being compelled towards that big keep on the hill. Oh, really now? This will be interesting.
Sir,
This huge portal is the only apparent entrance to the squat little keep standing atop the hill overlooking Thentia. There is no visible keyhole, only a strange glowing handprint in the middle of the door. Wait, I know this sigil. Dragoth, this is his mark. My old master. Is he here in Thentia? If I just reach out and touch it... As soon as Lyressa places her hand on the glowing mark, there is a click. Slowly, like a sarcophagus lid sliding off, the door swings open. Lyressa! I think we're gonna learn some things about you. Let me drop a save. Alright, let's see what's going on in here. In Dragoth Keep. Standing before you is a skeleton. Much to your astonishment, it speaks in a voice that sounds very human, and very surprised. How did you get in here? Only the dead can gain entrance to this place. Guilty as charged. I know you. Not the voice, but the words. The rhythm, the cadence. Dragoth? Lyressa? Can it be? You're alive! I mean, you're... You! My Lyressa. I am not your Lyressa. I don't know what I am. I want answers, Dragoth. I want to know what you did to me. I will give you the answers you seek, I promise. Meet me in my study. There we shall talk. I have a bad feeling about this. I've wanted answers for so long, but now that I'm so close, I'm scared what I will discover. I'm here for you, Lyressa. I'm glad to have you beside me, at least. Come on, Dragoth is waiting in his study. Yeah, this is a little worrying. So this goes all the way across. Golem parts? A bone wand. I don't need a regular bone wand, I don't think.
sorry, no can do.
Okay, that one remains locked. Noted. Let's try heading up this way. Nothing in that room. Rituals of Almvor. This archaic text details a number of rituals performed in honor of Dragoth's master, Almvor the Undying. The tome is opened at a specific ritual which reads, Pay respect to his domain, give to Almvor what remains. When mortal flesh is stripped away, that even death cannot decay. Which means bones. If I put this skeleton knuckle in... That works! Amulet of Almvor. Improved saving throws against death, animate dead, and stone bones. Interesting. I guess it was a good thing I kept hold of that this whole time, huh? Okay, nothing in there. Dragoth the Bone Mage. There he is. Let's just look at the other rooms first. Grimoire of the Undying. The symbols and sigils writhe on the page as you begin to read. Written by Dragoth's master Almvar the Undying, this necromantic masterpiece covers a wide range of vile rituals and dark arcane teachings. It is immediately apparent that the contents of this tome detail abhorrent practices and corrupting ideals, likely to leave the reader irrevocably tainted with evil. Stop reading. Although... let me drop a save and then I will try again. I just want to see what happens. Continue reading. The book covers a wide range of topics, including creating undead creatures, communicating with evil spirits, demonic summoning rituals, and even the ascent to lichdom. You gain extensive knowledge and feel invigorated from the study of this necromantic masterpiece. 500 experience points with 5 points shift towards evil. I mean, I'm still very good. I'll be fine, I think. Anything of note in this area, I wonder? Nothing in that room, and what about this room?
Sure thing.
Well, Lyressa, you can unlock it. Let's see what's in here.
All done.
Oh, no, wait. Armoire. A blank scroll and a bone ring. Immunity to level and ability drain. Not the most important. What is stone bones? I honestly don't know what stone bones is. Alright. Let's go speak with Dragoth. Dragoth the Bone Mage. I can loot these chests first, though. Death's Eye. +4 armor bonus and Bane on anyone when they hit. And an unidentified short sword. And some lightning bullets. Dragoth's Journal. This is the journal of Dragoth the Bone Mage. It chronicles much of his life, from his childhood to his years apprenticed to an ancient wizard known as the Undying, and then the decades he spent in Suzail, capital of Cormyr, where he secretly experimented on the dead. Lyressa features prominently, for it transpires she and Dragoth were lovers. Lyressa was one of the city's most infamous thieves when she met Dragoth, but under his influence she soon began to learn the darker arts of murder in order to procure Dragoth new bodies upon which to experiment. The journal entries become increasingly melancholy as Dragoth writes of Lyressa's desire for a child and the toxins he secretly slipped into her drink to ensure that this would not come to pass. Oh no. Their relationship soured until one night they argued and he mortally wounded her. Thinking to save her, he performed a ritual his master the Undying had taught him. It backfired, and instead of becoming a living zombie as Dragoth had intended, Lyressa became a true zombie. She remained inert for years, trapped in a stasis spell Dragoth placed upon her to stop her body decaying, until one day she awoke, remembering nothing, and fled Suzail. Dragoth appears to have lived a lonely and wretched existence since that time, shunning the company of the undead for the living. It would appear that he moved to Thentia earnestly seeking the company of his peers in Firefingers and the other retired archmages of the city. He kept Lyressa's sword and shield, evil weapons that without her assassin training she would not be able to utilize. It appears his motivations were simply to have something to remember her by. Oh, that's a little sad.
Greetings.
I dreamed of this day. I even prayed. First to Merkel, then to Cyric, finally even to Kelemvor to ask for you back. To ask his forgiveness for what I did to you. Tell me, what did you do? Don't leave anything out. I need to know. Sometimes I see a child. What became of him? There never was a child, sweetling, but let me start at the beginning. We were partners, as close as any could possibly be. We lived in Suzail, in Cormyr. Yes, I remember the sweetmeat treats they sold in the market there. They were my favorite. I performed many experiments on the dead. Most were legal, some were less so, but the authorities tolerated me, for the discoveries I made contributed towards the care of the veterans, the retired purple dragons, and other members of the military. You were a bright young thief, perhaps the most skilled in the city. You would bring me parts to experiment on when I needed them. Sometimes those parts came from the living. Dragoth, no. In time, you grew weary of our grim work. You wanted to start a family. I ensured that never happened. I slipped toxins into your drink to ward off pregnancy. One evening you discovered me in the act. We fought. You killed me. Not quite. You were mortally wounded. In desperation, I attempted to perform a ritual perfected by my master, the Undying. I sought to save you, Lyressa. You would not be alive, but you would not be dead. I failed. You did this to me. I became this thing. You were near dead for many years. I kept you in stasis, trying to ward off the inevitable, until one day you awoke. You remembered nothing. Instead of the Lyressa I once knew, you were a stranger. You fled. I could not, or would not, stop you. I am old. Even a necromancer feels the ravages of time eventually. I retired and moved here to live alongside other practitioners of the art. But I never stopped loving you, Lyressa. What you did was not love, Dragoth. I am sorry. I am so sorry. I will do whatever I can to help you regain your memories, if you will only let me. There is a ritual. It will restore the Lyressa I once knew, all your memories, all your skills. I want to be human again. I want to be alive. That is beyond my power. Only my master, the Undying, may know how to reverse what I did to you. He has a stronghold in the Silver Marches, but it is all but inaccessible. The skills I can restore to you will help you seek him out. I do not know. I don't think I would like the person I was much. What do you think, Luca? Do what you think is best, Lyressa. You've shown me that a person's good deeds define who they are. I can create the me I want to be. I will not undergo your ritual, Dragoth. One ritual was enough. Will you kill me for what I did to you? I will not. I am no longer that person. Let the memory of the love you ruined follow you to the grave. Please, leave me. I wish to be left alone. For now and forever.
Wow! That! Okay, that is, that was a hell of a backstory! Lyressa, do you want to talk?
Hi.
Can I ask you some questions? No. But holy damn! That was a hell of an interesting story and all that. Wow! I am actually impressed. This is like the second time, at least, that the writing in this module has been very impressive. That was difficult. Is it wrong that I feel pity for him looking at him now? He is a shell, emptier than I ever was, even when I remember nothing. I hope he reflects on what could have been had he chosen a different path. We should get going. We still have a lot to accomplish. Thank you for bringing me here and supporting me when I needed you, Luca. You're a good friend. Least I can do, but hot damn. That was quite a story. I gotta say, I have really liked this module. Aside from the frustration...
an admirably open city, all things
considered, it can't be easy to prosper here, surrounded by tyrants eyeing you at every opportunity. As I was saying, I love this module. The writing is incredible. Lyressa's backstory is... I did not expect the way that ended, or the revelations from it. That was great. And I also loved the way that they did the arena way back when. That was fantastic. Okay, so this is the world map. That goes to the Scarred Lands. I don't know if I need to do that now. What I should do is go speak with the merchant over here. I may go take a look in the Scarred Lands, see if there's anything there. But I do still need to take a look at the other locations. We probably should before we go into the Scarred Lands. For now, let me go to the merchant down here. I don't need this. Okay. Let's keep going. Let me talk to the merchant over here again. He can identify the sword.
Greetings.
Okay, so... what is this sword? Razak Kahan. Only usable by assassin. +5 enhancement bonus. Lyressa is not an assassin, she's just a rogue, so she can't use it. She can use Death's Eye, +4 armor bonus, and level 10. You know what? That is actually better. And Bane on anyone who hits her. I guess I'll give you those so you have them. I can sell you this. I don't need the bone ring. The Amulet of Almvor is pretty damn good. Well, honestly, it's not as good as I think. I can sell that. Then we have these, which is where I'm currently storing everything that... yeah. Money. I could have a bag of holding. It is cheap, but... should I take the bag of holding? I don't need the bag of holding. So I need to keep my eyes open for... well... do I want that shield? I could get that shield. Right, the shield is from the one down here. I could buy the shield. I have the money for it now. It would be almost all my money. This is true.
You are welcome here.
For one shield. In exchange, I'd get... maybe... let me drop a save before I decide. Alright, this is gonna be a big hit, but I buy the shield. I wield the shield. Sell the tower shield. That's not 25 grand. Stolen goods! Interesting. Cheswick's dagger and the staff. I'm back to 84 grand. Interesting that she won't buy this. I'll have to keep my eyes open for when I can sell it, but... okay, so I now have an incredible shield here. With a lot of resistance to elemental damage, a bonus to wisdom, and spell resistance. This is probably one of the best shields I could get. It cost a lot of money, but I also now have someone who will buy very expensive things. So I will keep this merchant in mind. And with that, I am going to end this episode here. Next episode... tell you what, I'll take a look through the map at whatever is to the north. I'm curious. We'll head to the Scarred Lands, and I'll take a look around, see if we find anything of note in there. Could be interesting. I mean... Citadel east of Melvaunt. Anyway, I guess we can take a look at the Scarred Land, see what we find. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Falai. That is Luca Norani, Bearmora, Lyressa, and Sherilyn. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, Tyrants of the Moonsea. And I shall see you all next time.